position where you feel the best. And today we will continue with our theme of shadow work and transformation for October. Looking at those things within us that are deeply buried, that we don't always bring awareness to. And today we are talking about self-sabotage. And that is quite a tricky one, because often it's something buried deep within. Sometimes we don't even know that it's happening, that we're doing it to ourselves. And it mostly stems from the unhealed self and programs that we're running in our body that are at odds from our subconscious mind and our conscious mind. And of course, one of the most common ones, especially for people who have a long history of trauma, is the fear of being seen. Going to use some fire and a smoke lens to start burning off all of these programs that we're running, these self-doubts, the fears that we're holding within ourselves that are keeping us small. Start thinking about whether you feel like you have a program running that is sabotaging your goals, your dreams, your day-to-day life. It might not become apparent right away, and that's okay. Just feel into your body and see if any thoughts and feelings arise. Okay, let's continue to burn all of those self-doubts and self-limiting beliefs that we are running. Let the crackling of the fire and the smoke burn away the density, the lack, the self-doubt. The disbelief. And I want you to consider something. Why is it that most of the positions of power and the rich, the famous, all of the high-level ranking positions in our society, why does it seem like all of these people have no morality, use their wealth for ill gains, for things that don't enhance the world in any way? This is not spreading judgment, this is awareness and thought. And of course, this doesn't apply to every single one. This is a generalized thought. And why is it that so many what we consider good people stay low, stay in poverty, stay in struggle, while the others keep rising? Now, have you been programmed to keep yourself small, to be seen and not heard? That maybe you were bullied, that your voice doesn't matter, that your thoughts and opinions were silly and irrelevant. Maybe you've been through tons of trauma and you just simply cannot be out and visible. You never feel safe in your body. You're taught that you're not good enough, that you're not smart enough, worthy positions of power, who run on greed, who run on negativity, on suppressing others, on all of those things that we could consider ugly. They firmly believe within themselves that they are worthy, that they are worthy of being successful and wildly rich, and that they have no doubts running in their program whatsoever. While the quote-unquote good people, I don't want to keep saying good and bad because really in the scheme of the universe there are no labels, but people with love in their hearts and morality and who truly value society and are just doing their best, we are ingrained very early on to stay suppressed, to stay small, to stay fearful, to stay divided, to continue to doubt ourselves. And that is why the average person stays small and the powerful get more powerful. We are programmed that way, and that's why it's more important than ever to heal that mindset, that program that is running within us, and to have more heart-led, powerful people. Heart-led millionaires, and it's not simply about money, it is about people in positions of power that are running the show, making the decisions, changing the world. It is more important than ever that the average person heals their self and their self-limiting beliefs, so we can stop that self-sabotage, so we can stop believing that we're not worthy and that we, too, can climb as high as we want. So next time you're thinking about millionaires, billionaires, people in positions of power in government, and think it's not fair, instead think, how can I rise higher so that I can become a voice in this world? Because they're not worrying about other people and what they think. They're worried about themselves. And I'm not saying to be greedy and only thinking about yourself, but putting yourself first. Healing yourself and putting yourself first is going to help change the world in remarkable ways for those people who really hold love in their heart. And I know that's you. So the fear of being seen is the biggest one, the hardest one of the hardest ones. And so another one is mismatched beliefs. Like, I want to be wealthy and I have all of these dreams and aspirations, but then you're running a program in your subconscious that says, I want to stay small. I worry about what others think about me. I worry about nasty comments and feedback. Those are contrasting beliefs, and it's going to be more difficult to break that self-sabotage. I'm going to spray some midnight spell as we continue our trips into the darkness. Okay, and now another one that contributes to self-sabotage is worthiness. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and put your hand to your heart. You are beautiful. What happens when you hear those words? You are intelligent, and you are incredible. What happens when you feel into those words? Do you constrict in any way? Is it uncomfortable? Is there tightness anywhere? Is there an immediate thought of, yeah, right? If any of those things arise, you could have that self-worth doubt program running in your body. Another reason, one that's actually pretty simple that we could overlook, is simple comfort. You're comfortable where you are, you feel safe where you are, and therefore, no risk, no pain. We have everything set in our day-to-day life. There's so much in the world that we're worried about that is negative. There's so many things that can threaten our peace. And so, we absolutely do not want to step outside of that and risk getting hurt, risk our thoughts, risk our peace. And so we stay small and we stay what we're comfortable with, even if that comfort is not for our highest good. Even if it means sabotaging your overall peace, sabotaging a relationship that could be better for you, that could help you grow and advance and expand. Living a dream life you never could have imagined because we're too afraid to step outside of that comfort. And it happens to all of us. It's a natural response to want to be safe. So that's something you could consider. Am I playing it safe by continuing my day-to-day life without looking outside of that comfort zone? And again, if there's a little bit of fear with excitement in something that you want to pursue in your life, if that's something you definitely should look at. Excitement with a little bit of fear is a direct ping of where you should be looking at, of where you should be heading to. That is your soul giving you your next direction. Because if there's no little twinge of fear with it, there's no growth and expansion. And the last thing, which is the hardest for me by far, is patience and the lack of commitment. Because things take time in this human design of Earth. There's delay. There is waiting. There is commitment and showing the proof that you are committed and that you are ready for this life, this change, as you step into that embodiment of the person that you want to be, the life that you want. Living in that embodiment and not seeing results for years can be soul-shattering. But if you continue to show up and you still feel joy in that embodiment, then you know it's the right path. So if there's that dream that you're going after and you're not seeing results and you feel utterly defeated and you want to give up, don't do it. Because that commitment is definitely on the list of self-sabotage. You have to give in the time and the patience and the dedication. Because the current millionaires and CEOs, you hear their story time and time again. They were denied 17 times. They went bankrupt 4 times. But these people never give up. They say to the universe that failure is simply not an option, no matter how long it takes. And that is the difference between people who succeed and people who fail. So do any any of those resonate. And are you one of those people who are led by the heart, who live in love, but you're running those programs because you were told to be seen and not heard? You were told to play it small because people in power love for the small to stay small so that their power is not threatened. But you, my love, are a divine, eternal, soulful being. And you are not meant to be small if you feel it in your heart. What does your soul and your heart say? Deep within, you've always known whether you were meant to stand out, whether you were meant to speak and be heard, whether you were meant to grow and expand and be a heart-led business leader or any kind of leader. What is it that sings within your soul? You feel it within you. We are wiping away that self-doubt. We are wiping away the programs that say we should be seen and not heard. We are wiping away the programs that say we should be struggling in poverty forever. That we're not worthy of making more. That we're not worthy of seeing the success that we desire. That we're not worthy of our creations of art to be seen by the world and critiqued and evaluated, because the only critiques that matters is your own. And there's always someone out there that is waiting for your creations. There's always someone out there who's going to resonate with your energy and your art and whatever you have to offer, whether it be your knowledge, your experiences, any of it. Okay, we're going to go from your crown to your root to activate that energy body with my alien amethyst, or hematite included amethyst. And close your eyes and imagine light going from your crown all the way down to your root, activating every cell in your body until it's glowing with light. You are a divine being, filled with energy, surrounded by a quantum field that is always receiving, transmitting energy, information, knowledge. And the more we can clear the muck around us and the distortion and the false narratives and the non-truths, the more clearly we know and we see and we hear, and we can process the world around us, hear what is true for us, have an inner knowing and clarity of what we should be doing next. Remember, my love, you are not meant to stay small. If that is what's speaking to you in your heart, perhaps you want to live a quiet life, and that's okay. The important thing is listening to that inner voice, pursuing those dreams and desires, to cut ties with that self-sabotage and achieve that dream life of yours, whether it's stillness and calm on a farm, taking care of animals, whatever that calling is for you. Never think that your dreams and desires are not worthy. authenticity matters. What I have to share with the world matters. And if doubt arises when you say those things, that's okay. What you're going to do is practice those words. Practice saying them and believing them with every fiber of your being before you fall asleep. Practice embodying those words every day. And eventually it will seep into your subconscious. The most important thing is embodiment, living those words. And that's when your subconscious starts to believe in those changes. And your outside world will begin to reflect those beliefs within yourself. And that's when you know you have reprogrammed your subconscious mind and your beliefs. Just removing anything that is blocking you from being your truest self. That fear of being seen can be so deeply rooted, but you begin by taking very small steps. Maybe making a 10-second video on YouTube or TikTok or whatever. Just testing out the waters of being seen, maybe going out in public more often. They don't have to be grand gestures, but start practicing, and eventually that fear begins to dissipate the more you practice, just like anything in life. Sending you pure unconditional love and healing energy to your throat space to encourage authenticity and to encourage the release of the fear of visibility, to release that self-sabotage running in your program that is simply trying to protect you. But we must practice feeling safe in our body so that we can release those programs that are running of your body not feeling safe, and therefore it will continue to present opportunities to sabotage yourself. Okay. Now let's move to your heart space. Put your hand to your heart and feel into that area. Do you feel any sensations around your heart space? Any glowing, tingling rushes of energy? A presence that is felt outside of your body, before you and behind. What is your soul mission? What are you here to do? Are you here to be one of those heart-led leaders? It could be just to use your voice. It could be for societal leading, for sharing your knowledge and your experiences. It could be entrepreneurship, anything. What does your heart say in the quiet that you sometimes ignore? Or maybe you don't ignore, but you're just afraid. pursue. Hold no judgment for whatever it is. That self-sabotage is almost never on purpose. It is a matter of safety. It is a matter of breaking those thought patterns and beliefs that we're not worthy enough, that it could never be possible for us. Because of course it is. If it is possible for the people who are currently in power right now, if it is possible for them, it's absolutely possible for someone as loving and nurturing as you. Those experiences and the trauma you've been through is molding you into this person who understands and has empathy for the world. And we need you to shine your light so we can make that change that we want to see in society. We need you and your beautiful energy and your uniqueness, your unique talents, your art, your creations, your business savvy, whatever it is. Begin to attempt to release those programs and that fear within you and lead with that beautiful heart of yours. Are there any blockages in your heart space? Is there anything you need to forgive? Forgiveness is more for you than anyone else. Because if you're holding that pain from others, betrayal, things that you're not forgiving, it can block that heart space. And a blocked heart makes it hard to heal and purge all of the trauma that's stored in your body. And a blocked heart means you're keeping yourself safe from the hurts of the world, but it is also keeping you so small and so limited that you can't allow blessings as well. So, if you are past the trauma, you can work on releasing that block and opening your heart and feeling again. If your body is safe to do so. Because again, if we don't feel safe in our body's always going to protect us. It is always going to present us with opportunities for self-sabotage and to quit and to keep ourselves safe and hidden because it feels that is best for us. Now let's move to your solar plexus, your personal power, your action. We need to start thinking of a new way of life, a new way of being. And where I am in America, capitalist society, where being ruthless is seen as a superpower, where being cutthroat and vicious and mean in business is seen as a strength, as power. Where keeping your employees scared and small again and powerless is going to make your business thrive. It's going to keep people in line. I have seen it in every single job I've worked in, and it is time we change this narrative. individuals leading the show. Because this is our world, we are living in it. It is up to us to say how we want the world to look and to be. But we cannot make these changes until we heal ourselves. When you've been through a lifetime of trauma, your window of focus and capability is so small. You're so much inward and suffering, and you can't see beyond yourself because you physically can't. And that is not your fault, it's just what you've experienced. So your mind can only focus on this much, and the more you heal yourself, the bigger that focus becomes until you see beyond yourself, because you have the bandwidth and the capacity. Sending pure unconditional love and healing energy to that solar plexus, your place of personal power. And we are removing that self-doubt, the limitation of believing that you're not good enough, worthy enough, that you're not powerful enough to be in those positions of power. Sacral chakra, your place of creation, passion, where you birth your ideas into the world. For those of us with visibility wounds, and those who are creative, we're all creative to some degree, because we are part of Source. We are a fractal of Source. So therefore, we are creation itself. It is in our nature to create. But for those of us who have those visibility wounds for stored trauma, there is nothing scarier than putting your creations out there in the world for critique, for evaluation, because it's such a personal thing, bearing your soul with your creation to the world. But you will know if you're facing that self-sabotage of creating and letting yourself be visible and seen. If you quietly put something out with no noise, with nothing backing, with no marketing, you will see, you will know if you are running those programs of being seen, fear of being seen and perceived. Again, we just take those small little steps one at a time. We are not born knowing how to run. We must take one step at a time until it feels natural and true. And as you continue to heal, you worry less and less about the thoughts and opinions of others. Of course, you want your work to resonate with someone, and it undoubtedly will, with at least a few people. But a lot of times, the amount of expression. If we are not expressing who we are, if we are not living for who we are and creating the things that we hold dear within us, if we're not expressing outward, we are turning inward, and that is depression. And the times I was most depressed, just definitely when I was not expressing anything, when I was not being creative. Because there was always that worthiness component, thinking I was not worthy enough, not good enough, because I was literally told that over and over again by the people I trusted the most. So it's just about breaking those programs and those limiting beliefs, because you're incredible. And you deserve to break free of those limiting beliefs, because they're not true. And you have it within yourself to take those little steps one at a time to break free and fly the way you were meant to. That is your birthright as a divine eternal soul, fractal of source. Start to take those daily steps that make you feel safe in your own container, that start to heal that nervous system and feel safe, whether it's EFT tapping, whether it's ASMR, whether it's meditations, music, any routines that make your body feel safe after years of trauma. That's when you can finally purge everything you're holding within your body, and then you can start embodiment and changing those subconscious beliefs. Okay. Before we go, I'll give you a little bit of pampering to help you fall asleep. I have these dark goddess oils. I have Morticia, and they have crystals in them. I have Lilith, and Persephone. I think we will go with the dark goddess energy, and we all have a divine feminine. We have feminine and masculine energies within us, so it doesn't matter what your gender is. Those of us who have walked through the darkness and come out through the other side have learned to generate our own light so that we're never lost in the dark again. We will always carry that light within us, so that when there are times where we are lost in that darkness, that we always have a way out. We always have those answers within us. You have that wisdom and knowledge. And people like us need to be seen more, heard more, and people need help getting out of that darkness. So your trauma, the experiences you've been through, the heartache, the pain, they're lighthouses. You have the knowledge and the wisdom to help light the way. You're a beacon of light, lighthouse. you have that feeling that you have a self-sabotage program running within you, feel into your heart and know that your love will guide you true. And that we need more people like you who are visible and seen. So rub that in. What's one step you can take? One daily routine you can do to begin breaking free of that self-sabotage program you might have? We intuitively know things that will help us break free. What makes you feel safe? What tiny little practices can you start? Whether it's your inner power, fear of being seen, comfortable zone, commitment, patience. What are your own programs? And how can you encourage your subconscious to break free of those limiting beliefs and structures that are in place? And what are those deepest desires in your heart? And those desires can change. Sometimes we are led to pursue something because it will lead us to something else, something greater, something we're actually truly meant for. But we never know until we make that first step. And never do anything until you are ready. If you're still deeply stuck in trauma, the first step is merely feeling safe, and that's it. Merely spend your day-to-day finding things that make your body feel safe and loved, and that's it. And then move on to the next step. Safety and survival is always number one priority. But once you know you're safe and you're ready to expand, that's when you can think about everything else. Now, my love, it's been a pleasure spending this time with you as always. This will always be a safe space for whatever you're feeling, experiencing, those dark emotions that we don't like to look at. We will always step through the darkness and the light, because this is a plane of duality. We spend this time in the darkness with fears and trauma, negativity, to learn, to grow, to expand, and come back to love. And to remember who we are, how strong we are, how capable we are, us in this world, because we're all born with a certain set of limitations. But there is always room for growth and advancement, and getting the most out of that experience.